Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Jesse Does Some Stuff in a Really Old Game. The first episode was hit with moderate, moderate for me success, so I decided to carry it on, at least for now, and see what's up. So, if you remember last time, I kind of started the game with my four sorcerers and mostly just farted around and didn't accomplish a whole lot of anything. But this episode, I anticipate real progress. So the first thing I'm going to do is train my characters to level 3, because what with myrtleating all of those mages in that camp, I actually have enough experience to level up twice. So I'm just going to head over to the training room, pay money to make my characters stronger. Everything costs money in this game. And now I have some new skill points with which to beef up my characters. Let's see. Gonna get all of their magic up to 4, because 4 is the level where you are allowed to master, or expert. I guess expert is not a verb, unlike master. To become an expert in your skills, you require level 4. Zoltan still isn't the brightest of guys. I put up his identify, but he still doesn't know what any of this stuff is. So that's really useful. I am also going to head to the Blade's End, because this is the guild which allows you to learn different weapon skills, and I believe it also teaches you armor as well, and I would like for these guys to know how to wear at least some kind of armor. And I was correct. You can all learn how to wear leather. I don't really care about staff right now. What I care about is keeping you guys alive. You will do most of your fighting with spells anyway. So, Serena, I'm sorry, you get shafted for now. Also, I guess I'm going to sell all of my stuff, because I have quite a lot of it, as you can see. This is mostly preparation for heading into the first dungeon. Alright. Um, Shields. This is one of those games where you have to go to the specific vendor who buys the type of item which you're selling. Get rid of all my weapons. And then I will move on to the magic store, the apothecary, sell all my rings and all my scrolls, because I don't need any of them. And now I need to do that fun thing where I go and take all the overflow items from my, for the love of Pete, from my non-merchant characters, identify them all in turn, and then give them to my merchant character so she can sell them. Inventory management in this game is a blast, by the way. Nothing. He's got nothing. Great. Back to the armor and weapon shop. See, if I sell these items from another character's inventory, then her merchant skill doesn't apply. It's a little irritating, but that's what you're gonna get. Okay, now finally I will go to the spell store one more time and see if they have stocked anything new in hour, the in-game hour that I haven't been there. It's not looking too promising right now. Nope, nothing. Alright, well, that's good. Nice to know I'll be prepared. So, off I head to the abandoned temple to kill the Spider Queen, and I think there's a little girl that I need to rescue, and more or less I need to just kill everything in there and plunder it excessively. By the way, I have mentioned a couple times that this is a very old game. After having said that, I actually did my research for once, and after looking up the game, I found out that this game was actually released in 1998, which is the same year that Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time came out. So, yeah, I guess by calling that game old, I'm acknowledging that I myself am old and all of the games that I like are old. So, I'm not sure how to take that. I would say that the graphics. Ooh, a long dagger. Well, well. Let's see. You're clubbed. You're really the only one that's still using that little letter opener, so you can have that. I love these dungeons, they're so sinister. You can hear all the enemies hissing in the distance. There's stuff just strewn about. Alright. Bats. Bugs beats bats. Remember that, kids. If you're ever attacked by a giant bat, summon a swarm of locusts. Take care of it, no problem. Reminds me of that old Calvin and Hobbes comic where Calvin had to do a book report, or I guess not a book report, just a school report on bats, and he thought that they were bugs. Hilarity ensued. I'm now faced with my second foe of this dungeon, Cobras. And this is where this game really starts to remind me of Final Fantasy, because these Cobras can poison you. And later on in the game, that really isn't a problem. But this is that point of the RPG that nobody knows any curing skills yet. So if one of my characters gets poisoned, I pretty much have to retreat. Though this is one of those original RPGs where instead of just doing straight HP damage, poison just attacks your stats. Your character just becomes very weak, and they're not healed completely when you rest. And they also look really nasty. And also spiders. So pretty much every stock irritating RPG enemy that causes poison. Oh, yeah. Zoltan. He's all green. Now, I'm no expert, but I'm not entirely sure that that's actually what happens to people when they get poisoned in real life. Well, I'll live with it for now. He can still function. He can still tell what those items are through his diseased, puffy eyes, so it's all good. Also, these might only be level 3 adventurers, but they're already way braver than I would ever be, because if I saw a spider of that size, I'd probably poop my pants. Not gonna lie. Alright. No, that club still better than that dagger, so that can be sold next time I'm in town, if I ever make it back to town. Speaking of which, I wanted to go over death rules, because this is one of those games where, as you can see, you can save anytime you want, and pretty much when anyone dies in this game, all they do is just load their file from when they hadn't died, because death steals all your money, and it brings you back to New Sorpigal regardless of where you were in the world. So death is a huge inconvenience in this game, but I've decided to not be lame and kind of play by the game's rules. And if I get party wiped, oh boy, I feel so bad for them when they get poisoned. Anyway, if I get party wiped, hopefully that won't happen, but if it does happen, I will take my lumps and I will not load my file. So if anybody notices me doing that reflexively, because there's a very good chance that I might, having gotten used to it, just call me out on it. I will try not to do it. I will try to remember to just live with it. Ooh, a spell book. Mind Blast. Too bad none of my characters can learn that. Times like this that I wish I had, well, the Might and Magic equivalent of a White Mage, which is a cleric. Hopefully Alexis can disarm this. No, she cannot. Ooh, the candelabra. I need that. Roderick, you can take it. I have a cloak that I can identify. You know, something tells me that I should get out of here for now. I think I'm gonna leave and go and heal my characters. For some reason, I get the impression that I bit off a little more than I could chew. They look very peaceful, though, apart from all the shiners. Apparently that fireball hit them all on the left temple. Excuse me, 3 dead people and a poison guy coming through. I require the temple's services. 20 gold's peanuts. Donate a few times. Get some heaven cred, as it were, some heaven dollars. Cash back. Alright, and off we go. Oh, wait! While I'm here, safe, I will go and give that candelabra to Andover Portobello, and I believe he will give me some money. No, not the letter. Quest. There we go. Bob be praised. 1,000 gold. Oh, apparently the temple's cursed. Well, I don't know about curses, but Those spiders have been eating something strange. It's making them grow that big. Alright. Oh, look at that. I have enough experience to train to level 4. I might as well do this. So this is the essence of might and magic. You dungeon crawl, you get stronger, you get some fat loots. You level up your characters, become all buff. Yeah, put some earth magic. Oh, her armor is busted. I didn't even notice. Haha, well done, Roderick. Clearly you need to increase your disarm trap skill. Let's have some more merchant. And let's have some more identify. Now do you know what any of this is? Well, okay, that's a dark hammer. Leather boots. Well done, Zoltan. You can have those. Tower shield, can't use it. Tower shield, can't use it. Studded leather. There, it matches the clothes she already has on. Sword. That's the one regret I have with mages, is having to pass on all this awesome looking equipment, but I get awesome looking spells, and that's even better. Jeez. Can't you carry a trident, a spear, 2 shields, a sword, a battle axe, a hammer, 2 daggers, a spellbook, and a scroll? What kind of wimp are you? Let me do the item shuffle. There we go. Alright. Knife shop. I love how it's spelled like shoppy, the oldie English. This game cracks me up. I have a feeling that the developers who created this were having a lot of fun when they did it. There's a lot of little Easter eggs hidden in the game. There's lots of references to other games. For instance, you probably noticed that when I left the temple, they say live long and prosper. And there actually is another Star Trek reference later on in the game. Alright, I think I'm good, so back to the temple I go. I appear to have gotten lost in the beginner area. Here we go. Not much of a physics system present in this game. That was fall damage, by the way. Right, back into the temple. That's pretty cool. So, get distracted. Alright, time to plunge into the chasm. Get this cool dungeon crawling music. Vampire bat. My plague beats your plague. Oh, something I forgot to do, which I'll have to do the next time I go into town, is train my characters to be experts in their what's the word? Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Their respective spell classes. Because I believe there are NPCs to do that in New Sorpigal. Can you tell I've never taken acting lessons? Well killed. I actually forgot Sultan has a spell of light. See? It's beautiful. You just get access to some pretty awesome spells, I must say. By the end of this game, you'll see I'll be raining down stars and meteors, I'll be flying all over the place, I'll be teleporting from town to town. One of the nice things about these older games is it's almost like the older a game is, the easier it is to implement certain features. Like, if you were to implement flying in a game like Skyrim, say, you would have to have all these cool animations and all the physics to go along with it and all that kind of stuff. In a first-person game like this, all they have to do is make it so that a certain key press increases your Z coordinate, and bam, flying. Nice. Well disarmed, Alexis. Alright, Zoltan can be my potion mixer. Take that money. And a blood dagger. I believe that is better than the dagger Roderick has. Yes, it is. I'm not sure if I can mix these two. Ah, yeah, that didn't work. Oh well, you're still alive. All your equipment is in one piece, so I'd say that's a net success. I wonder how they created these bat graphics. I guess they just had someone draw them. They look kind of 3D rendered, so I wonder if they did that thing where they render a 3D model and then they take pictures of it, essentially turning it into a pixelated character, which sounds a little silly, but hey, whatever works. Speaking of interesting graphical things, and coming back to Ocarina of Time, which I've mentioned before in this video, did you know there was actually some motion capture used in the creation of Ocarina of Time? This is something I didn't know until just a couple months ago, and I couldn't believe it because I didn't know that motion capture was used that long ago. Here I go again with the that long ago's. 1998. That was a while ago. That was 14 years ago. Good grief. Apparently, this series is all about making my listeners feel old. Alternately, if you're too young to have heard of Ocarina of Time, what the heck's wrong with you? You need to play it right now. Of course you don't. So I am now completely out of spell points, but luckily I had the foresight to equip all of my sorcerers with bows. Hey! Angela Dawson, child. Help. I think I'm lost. I just want to go home. Alright, you can tag along with us. I guess I can take some time. Whoa, physics. Jeez, Lou. Apparently, running up a slope, these guys have so much momentum that they just launch into the sky. So, for those of you listening from my website, which I imagine probably about 99 to 100% of you are, a couple of you expressed your desire to see a Let's Play of Terraria. And I would do this, but for two reasons, which I have mentioned, which are one, I'm not very funny, and two, I'm not very good at Terraria, which there are people on YouTube, which are both things that have made Terraria videos before. One thing that I might do is kind of walk you guys through, that's not Dominus, the world I used to create the comics, but that will probably come later. Oh, uh, okay. So apparently, oh, good grief. Apparently that cage was rigged, and all of my characters exploded, and I am now dead. Wow. Alright. Well, Angela's okay, so I guess that's a net gain. Except I have lost all my money. Oh, good grief. That's wonderful. And this is just after I said that I promised I would not load my game after dying. I dug myself a hole. If I could have just kept my mouth shut for a little longer, I could have loaded and no one would have gotten mad at me. Good grief. Well, no point crying over it. Just like in Dark Souls when you die twice and lose everything. Just gotta keep going. Where on earth is this lady's mother? There we go. Wow. 500 gold. Where will I spend it? It's definitely worth the 5,000 that I lost to get her. It's good. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I didn't need money. It's not like breathing in this game costs you anything. It does, by the way. If you take too long to rest at an inn, your characters will go tired, and then finally they will go insane, and then all die. So you actually have to rest at the inn regularly. So yes, Every minute you spend in this game is technically costing you money. Okay, well, after that terrible defeat, I will now progress back to the dungeon. Watch out for funny cages this time. So just like in the first video, I was just struck with the horrible feeling that I'm actually not recording, and I really hope that's not the case, but just as in with the first video, I can't check without breaking the flow, so... And if I haven't been recording this whole time, it doesn't matter anyway. So it came to my attention after watching my previous video that the cutscenes in this game don't actually work. They're when you die, there's a cutscene with Death where he talks to you in his cool, deep voice and tells you to go back to the world of the living. And I can see that it's a little glitchy because this game, again, very old, not too compatible with my computer. But I can at least see it. But from what I saw in the video, it's just a frozen screen. So I'm really sorry about that, and I'd say I'd try to do something about it, but I honestly have no idea where I'd even approach that. So, if there's any cutscenes that you really want to see, I'm sure someone has found a way to upload them to YouTube. So you can just look up Might and Magic 6, Death, and then you can pause my video and play it every time I die, which hopefully won't be too often. Okay, so this time, I'm going to be clicking the cages with Alexis, who will hopefully be able to disarm any traps present in them. I'm freaking out now. If I die again, this is going to be so embarrassing. Oh, okay, we're good. We're safe. Alright. I've exhausted this passage. Let's move on. I love every time your characters fall, they start like this open mouthed scream, and they just look hilarious. I would love to have an interview with one of the actors who did the original faces for this game. I feel like that would be just a lot of fun. Another fun thing about the characters being just the voices themselves. There's some pretty funny voice acting. My all-time favorite. Yeah, when you try to rest, your characters give you this, like, no, no, there's hostile enemies. I'm going to just deal with this shower. Like this. Throughout my childhood, I always thought it would be hilarious to have just a techno song where that was in the background. Can't rest now, it's too unsafe. Can't rest now, it's too unsafe. I actually think I even went looking for the sound files for this game to see if I could isolate the voice clips so that I could throw together such a video, but it was some weird file type, or it was like all the sounds are actually just one giant file, so I never got around to it. And I also don't know anything about audio editing. That's something else too. Hmm. So I don't know how this constitutes a temple. It's basically a giant natural cave. All I can hear is just hissing and flapping and horrible things underneath me. Giant spider. The Spider Queen is somewhere around here. I can't remember exactly where. The sound the spiders make when they attack you is so creepy. Yeah, you can't run from me. Don't even try. That's what's great about this game. There's an auto attack button and there's an auto spell button. So really, once enemies are in the distance, all you have to do is stand there and mash the buttons and things will just die. You only have to start worrying once they get close to you. Or if they can shoot projectiles. Like pretty much every enemy later on in the game can. Okay. These guys can hit the broadside of a barn. It's almost like I didn't invest any skill points into their physical attributes. Weird. Oh, there's a teleporter. That was counterproductive. Look at that wonderful map. Alright, so that just sent me backwards in the dungeon, and that passage ended with completely nothing. So, great. It's good. It's not like I had anything better to do with my time. I wonder about the strangest things when I'm playing these games. Like right now, I'm thinking, who keeps those lamps lit? There's so many lamps in this dungeon, and they're all lit. Who's in charge of that maintenance? Another blood dagger. Hmm. And it's actually better than that staff. Could drop down into that pit, but something tells me that wouldn't end well. I have no MP left. In fact, I should probably rest, if I can. Yes, wonderful. Excellent. Sorry that I save about once every 30 seconds. It's a habit I got into, and it's very difficult to break. So, oh, so this actually is just that passage, so this was a waste of time. I apologize. I'm not very good with directions, and apparently that applies to the world of video games as well. There are spiders down there. But if there's one thing I've learned from playing games, it's that jumping into a giant pit of enemies generally isn't a good idea. Like the area of Sen's Fortress in Dark Souls with the Titanite demons and the gel. You know what I'm talking about. If you've played Dark Souls, you know what I'm talking about. Which, incidentally, is another game I'd like to do a Let's Play of. Unfortunately, my computer right now is not the greatest, and even though I own Dark Souls for PC, I can't actually play it. So maybe someday, if I get a better computer, Dark Souls will happen. Until then, you're stuck with Might and Magic 6. Something tells me I'm not going to get out of this without having one of my characters poisoned. Come on, Roderick, stay with us. The world needs your headband. Very nice. I got a pair of boots from a cobra. That's kind of funny. Okay. Let's retreat a little bit. Pepper them with arrows. Alright. Everything's coming up, Jesse. So many cobras. This feels very heroic as I do it, but I feel like the townsfolk wouldn't really appreciate that per se. It's not a very hero thing to do. Like killing goblins, that's proper hero work, but cobras, not so much. Strangely enough, nobody's complaining about the cobra problem in the town. They're all complaining about the spiders. They're okay with cobras, though. Okay, Roger's officially out. I will have to retreat soon. Until then, I will be extremely stubborn and keep fighting. Excellent. Right. Oh, what the? Uh, strange. They weren't there when I fell asleep. They were nice enough to wait for me, though. Wait until I woke up to try and kill me. Ooh. That would be a queen cobra, the most powerful kind of cobra. Almost like I've stumbled into a cobra nest. Alright, time to get out of here. Alright. No, I do not want to leave the ground. What are we doing? Okay, King's almost dead. There's a pro tip. If you want to control which enemy you're attacking, but you're too lazy to move the mouse, just tilt the camera so that that's the only enemy that's currently in your view, and your characters will attack that one. Oh, Roderick, you are the fall guy for this episode. Man, he looks terrible. Oh, well. He looks mildly happier now, actually. Oh, for the love of Pete. Turns out, if you fight a ton of cobras, some of you might get poisoned. Oh my gosh. Good. Are we done? I believe I've killed every last cobra. Encounter! Yeah, this happens occasionally when you try to sleep. Enemies spawn. Oh no. This is bad. I wasn't counting on this. Uh-oh. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Alright. Okay, she's backed into a corner. That's okay. I have no healing potions. Hmm. Just gotta... Run, 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 run. Dang it! Oh, no! Oh, good grief. Holy smokes. Apparently I'm terrible at this game. Alright. I was gonna end the video after I cleared that area, but I can't stop now. This is terrible. I'm gonna make back a bit of money so that I can rest at the inn, and then I'm gonna go back and have my revenge. I'm going to steal all those cobra eggs and I will sell them all for profit. I swear it. Can I train at least? Yes, I can. Should be a cobra killing skill. Ugh. Hey, he finally knows what a helmet is. As a reward, you can put it on. Oh, and a cloak. Alexis, you have nothing. Looks quite nice. Oh, and also, earth magic expertise. Oh, right, I have no money. Because I died. Wonderful. Now I have even more reason to kill those stinking cobras. So yeah, this game is pretty hard when you can't load your file when you die. I have discovered this. I will not overestimate my character's abilities again. And if you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you. But for the time being, I am chastised. Who would have known that running a team of 4 sorcerers could be so perilous? Strange. Let me apply a bit of torchlight so I can see the enemies that are eviscerating me. Alright, pass by here. Go through this passage. This place is huge. Wonder the people abandoned it. I would not be able to sit comfortably knowing that just beyond the bounds of my temple was a massive cave filled with cobras and giant bats and giant spiders. Alright, no more messing around this time. Yeah? That's right. What do you have to say for yourself now? Nothing? That's what I thought. Excellent. Now I can enjoy my plunder. Egg, 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 egg. I'm opening that chest last. Oh, this place goes on? Oh, good grief. Starting to really feel that lack of a cleric right now. I'll melt under my assault. Alright, that is gonna have to wait for another video. Great. Excellent. Ooh, my. A crown, some money, a pole axe, several smaller axes, and an accurate crossbow. Very nice. Much better. Awesome. Alright, folks, well, I think I'm going to cut it off there. Next time, I will be delving farther into this dungeon and hopefully not again breaking my death record of 2 deaths in one video. Thanks very much, guys. Have a good one.